Hello, my name is Jason and welcome back to I Have a Story. In this episode, I'd like to talk about a very real health and safety concern for our children. I opened up the video before I started talking and I'm going to put up some pictures. I don't currently have any to show you because I've been wanting to make this video right here for a long time. And at least a year ago, I went to my local thrift store looking for these items, and they weren't currently on the shelf. And when I explained to the workers why I was there looking for these items, they started looking when the items came in for this aspect in itself. And then when they did come in and they saw what I saw and shared that with them, they started throwing them away and they refused to sell them anymore. They won't. So that tells you this really is a very severe and a safety and health aspect that, again, I don't understand with today's technology, knowledge. And part of why I'm here is not just to help people gain knowledge, but to open up and free your minds again. We have been so suppressed in our ability to think in so many ways. And part of what I'm talking about coming out with my mental and physical health videos, God, the more I think about it, the more I realize, see, and know. As part of doing these channels, it helps me become such a better person. And especially the more I come out here and talk, the more I have to follow my own rules. So, or not my rules, but really the rules of the way the world works. Respect, discipline, and all those aspects. But when my children were little, we had these items. And what they are is anybody who has, and they're specifically targeted for little kids, which is even more scary and makes it even more serious and severe, because babies, infants, toddlers, children, they don't have the immunity system we have. I guess in part this is how we build it up, right? So when my kids were little, my daughter was a baby. I pulled the dishes out of the dishwasher. I'm the one who was the stay-at-home dad, and I cooked, I cleaned, I did the dishes and all that. So I'm emptying the dishwasher one day and I pull out kids' dishes and I see water trickling out from the inside. Now, what I'm specifically talking about here is any utensil, cup, spoon, fork that is a two-piece glued together design. They have hollow cavities inside of them, and especially right where the kids are putting their mouth. The hollow cavity is not down at the tip of it on the handle. It's down on the utensil part that's going in the kid's mouth. So when I saw the water dribbling out in the inside, well, if water's getting in there, what else is getting in there? I mean, that's simple common sense, but people have really lost that today. They don't think about that stuff. They just let the water trickle out, throw it in the shelf, and throw it in the drawer, and feed it back to their children, who are now sucking on all this garbage inside of that utensil. So I pulled it apart. And guess what? The inside of it was black, full of mold, fungus, nasty crud stuff that you would not even feed to an animal, let alone your baby. I showed it to my wife. We threw it all away. Never again will I buy it. At the local thrift store here, when an item like that did come in, and I don't know what exactly they got, but she told me, yeah, well, those came in and we popped them apart, and the inside of it was disgusting. We threw them away, and we are not allowing those on our shelf anymore. So why are we still allowing them on the shelf at our stores? So I don't physically have any right now to show you, because I've been trying for the past year to get some. Now I found out just recently that, oh, we found out you were right, and we're throwing them away and disposing of them. Sorry, we didn't save you any, we forgot. No big deal, but that's why I don't have any. I've been trying, and part of what's taken me so long to get this video out here, but I want to get this video out and talk about this. If you have these products at home, please pull yours apart and look at the insides of them. Please share your stories on what you're finding. But don't feed it and don't use these items for your child anymore. Get rid of them. There's no reason for them. We have plenty of other things. And again, with today's advanced technology, and people are stuck in the mindset so much that with today's advanced technology, and it should be, people are right, it should be what is on the shelf should be safe, but it's not. Here's a prime example of lack of just absolute failure in engineering. I don't know if you can see it, and I can't see my screen. I see like the brightness of my hand and my arm, my head, and that's all I can see on my screen doing this. But back behind me here, I was a product tester, and I don't know if you can see it on the tree, but back here on the tree is a deer feeder, and it was advertised as a waterproof deer feeder. Will keep your feed dry. Now this is basic, simple, I mean, very first steps of engineering that we figured out hundreds of years ago. When you design something that is waterproof construction, you make the construction overlap where the top would overlap on the outside so water runs off, right? No, this is designed on the inside so the water comes in and runs straight down. The company actually got upset with me when everybody else, and this is something I don't understand with, I talk to other reviewers and we communicate. Other reviewers and other people who were testing this product said, this thing's wonderful. Well, didn't you guys even notice that? Did you ever put it on a tree and notice that the water gets on the inside? There's no possible way to keep it out. I was the only one out of, I want to say there was a half a dozen of us that got one of these to test, and I was the only one who pointed that out. That right there shows a lot, just in the product testing industry in itself, that so many people that I talk to, well, this item is on the shelf, it should be okay. Well, no, you actually need to go through and test all those aspects to determine whether it's okay and realize that it's not. And don't just expect what is on the shelves to be. Two items that I'm using right now. I showed you the deer feeder in the back, if you can see it hanging on the tree back there. My tripod stand right here that I'm using for my phone. One, it has a gimbal, and it overhangs about 4 inches off the center of the stick. The feet, it has a tripod feet, and they took and put the camera in between two legs, which is one, the shortest point. This thing tips over. I have to keep a block of concrete on one leg to keep it from tipping over, no matter how. I even just sat here on the ground before I started this video with it tilted backwards and still could not maintain an upright position. It still wanted to fall forward. Again, how today do we not have engineers designing, and we're so worried about global warming, pollution, environmental resources, that we are still today making just absolute garbage. Not even just garbage, things that don't even make common engineering sense. One, when your feet are spread like this, if you turned it and you were out over here, now you've got a stable point to push on, and this will be the furthest point out extending, or make your feet longer. But none of that was taken into account here. And again, I can't show you because my phone's mounted to it, but I have to have a piece of concrete holding it to keep it from falling over. Don't just trust what we have on the shelves and think it's all good, safe, and start thinking for yourself and paying attention and looking at the actual product. Nowadays, we have so much flash, and that's what so many people are into. I want to look pretty, but do you want to be functional and safe? We've thrown that balance out. I would rather be functional and safe and make progress and know that I'm safe than to have something pretty that's going to harm me. That mentality's really, really changed in our country. So please stop using these utensils. People stop buying them off the shelf, so they quit selling them. Because this is for real. It really is disgusting and gross. They make it solid color so you can't see the inside. Pull yours apart if you have them in your cupboards. See what's inside for yourself. That's not safe for children. So you want your baby, your infant, your toddler, your kid to be eating mold and gross funk junk that's been dishwashered up into your kids. I mean, everything that thing was exposed to, with the slobber in their mouth, the food that they're eating, to the dishwater, even soaking it in the dish sink. All gets inside of there, and then it collects and accumulates. And then your kid chews on it. So I'm sorry I don't have any here to actually show you, but I had to get this video out because it's been bugging me, and people need to know this stuff, and I really want people to be safe and be knowledgeable and start freeing their brains again and stop just trusting everything that's in front of them, including me. Go out and test it for yourself. Don't even just trust me. Test it for yourself. I guarantee you that people will find it. People here found it. I found it. It's out there. So please keep your kids safe. Get rid of this garbage. Tell them to stop giving us this garbage. Take care of your kids right.